Star Wars Unlimited fans, welcome to today's video where we're looking at Obi-Wan LOF Virgin's Temple and then taking him to Karabas to at best 2 out of 3 and see if we can win. Well, ever since Obi-Wan from LOF first release, he's had some very rare spotty toppings throughout the meta of LOF and of Secrets of Power, and for good reasons. On his front side, he's action. You may use the Force, give an experience token to a unit without an experience token on it. A great way to buff up your units so they aren't just so easy to kill. And then he flips for 5 for 3/6 on his backside. On attack, you may give an experience token to another unit that doesn't have an experience token on it. So his backside sucks slightly because he can't give himself the experience token, so he can't pump himself up to be a 4/7. But still, the whole gimmick of him is that you're just giving out experience tokens and buffing up your units with attack and defense, making it much harder for your opponent to knock out your units constantly without taking back bigger damage or even having to throw 2 or 3 bodies at it, or even have to use just one card to get rid of that body. But the problem is, he was a Force leader, and as we've talked about before, the great way to choke Force-style leaders is to choke their base, since the only way to generate the Force was with the Force bases from LOF. And the common bases were the most utilized base because you could gain the Force every time you swung with a guy with a Force tag on it. But the problem is, if your opponent knows that, they just choke point you, not letting you swing with your Force units, meaning that you get choked out of the Force altogether. But we did get a couple of rare bases that can ignore that aspect of getting choked out by allowing you to generate the Force naturally. The Virgin's Temple in this case, the base we're using with this Obi-Wan, is when the regroup phase starts, if you have a unit of 4 or more remaining HP, the Force is with you, so you gain the Force. The others are the Destruction Temple, which is whenever you swing with a unit and deal 3 or more damage to your opponent, you gain the Force. The yellow one was rest one of your own units to gain the Force, and the green one was you may epic action 3 times, you gain the Force. So you could epic action 3 times throughout it and just straight up gain the Force. So a pretty interesting little method. And now mentioning that we did have the only leader that naturally generated the Force itself was 𝐒𝐓𝐾𝐄. But still, this combination was probably the best combination of this Obi-Wan. This Obi-Wan saw a lot of smattering. Heck, even the Virgin's Temple was small smattering with the Obi-Wan from Trial of the Republic. Back in a few spotty times I've seen jump around. Heck, I've even seen that Obi-Wan get some tops as well. So today we're looking at a second place Obi-Wan Kenobi from a PQ, and then like I said, we're going to jump to Karabas to see how well we do. Well, we've already discussed the leader and the base. Let's jump into the rest of the deck. We have a double Owen Lars with Restore 2 and then Win Defeat, so it's the top 5 cards of your deck for a Force unit. Reveal and draw. Triple Gunji. Triple Jedi Consular action. You may use the Force. You may play a unit from your hand. It costs 2 less. This is always a nice card if we could see it to start out. Not only do we immediately be able to generate the Force on our regroup step, we can then tap it to then use the Force to allow us to reduce the cost, the 2 costs of one of our units, which is pretty nice. We got Triple Mina. Again, Restore 1 and then when defeated, you may disclose double green and white. And then if you do, draw a card. We got Triple Yaddle, Restore 1, and then on attack, each other friendly Jedi unit gains Restore 1 for the phase. Triple Axe Wolves comes in shielded, and this unit gets +1/+1 for each upgrade on him. So if you throw an experience token on him from the Obi-Wan Kenobi, not only does he get the experience tokens +1/+1, he also gets the +1/+1 that he gives naturally himself. So he'll be a 4/4 with the experience token. Or if you play him and then use Obi-Wan Kenobis to burn the Force and put an experience token on him, then he's a 5/5 and shielded because the shield counts as an upgrade on him as well. Then we're running triple Obi-Wan Kenobi with the Sentinel, getting Sentinel whenever you place a Force unit, including himself. Triple Yoda with Restore 2 when defeated. You may choose any number of players. They each draw a card. Typically, we're always going to choose ourselves to draw the card. Triple Captain Typho, Sentinel, and then when this unit is attacked, you may disclose green-white, and if you do, heal 1 damage from your base. 1 Galen Urso, and I know this sounds kind of strange to play in the main deck because this card really only should feel like something you bring in the side deck once you kind of know what your opponent is playing. But still, this is a great card already that we have plot alongside it, so we can put it into our resources and then flip our leader and bring it out. When played, name a card while this unit is in play. Each non-leader card an opponent owns with that name, including those not in play, lose all abilities and can't claim all abilities. A really nice card that once we had our flip turn of 5 on Obi-Wan, we'll kind of know what we're dealing with in that game, so we can name cards that we know our opponent should probably be on and then be able to keep them off of it. And being a 3/5 body that we could pump up to being a 4/6 body is pretty nice. Triple inert warrior, shielded, and when played, you may use the force to heal 3 damage from our base. Triple Queen Amidala, when played, create 2 spy tokens, and if damage would be dealt to this unit, you may defeat another friendly unit that shares, you may defeat another friendly unit that shares a trait with this unit if you do prevent that damage. As a reminder, we're really only playing officials, so we could kill the Mina, we can kill Captain Typho because he has Naboo as well as the 2 spies she creates to just keep herself alive. But as a reminder, if your opponent uses something like Vigilance or a way to give it a negative to its health points, those can't be pushed onto the spies because that is game mechanic of destruction, of destroying it, as well as the game mechanic of if it ever hits 0 power, it died. 0 health, it dies. So it can only push damage that would come to the queen via battle or via effects, like say Daring Raid, into units that share her aspects. Double Anakin Skywalker, we only care about the heroic tag of we do not have any cards in here with the villainy tag. So when you put when played, if there's a heroic card in your discard pile, you may give a unit -3/-3 to the Kelleran deck. When played, search top 7 cards of your deck. For a unit, reveal it and play it. It costs 3 less. And then finally, 2 Luke Skywalker, restore 3, and then when played, give an enemy unit -3/-3 for the phase. If a friendly unit was defeated, give it that unit -6/-6 instead. For our space units, we have triple blue leader with ambush, and then when played, you may pay 2 if you do move this unit to the ground arena and give 2 experience tokens to it as well. As a reminder, you can choose to ambush first, or you can choose to use the when played, pay the 2, put it to the ground, make it a 5/5, and then swing it into something in your opponent's ground with the ambush. And finally, for space 2, Marauder with ambush, and when played, choose a card in your discard pile, put into play as a resource if it shares a name with a unit you control. And we have plenty of units on the board, so if we have a Luke Skywalker out, or a Kalen Beck, or even another warrior, or anything like that, we can immediately put those guys into our resources so that we can do that. As well as Obi-Wan Kenobi, we can share it with this Obi-Wan Kenobi as well. So we have the Sentinel Obi-Wan in our trash or discard pile. We could play this and put that one in our resources, wrapping us just 1 up, as long as we have the Obi-Wan out, the Obi-Wan leader. Because again, the Marauder is only looking for the name of the unit, not the tag of the unit. So for instance, like Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, Luke Skywalker is the name, Jedi Knight is the little tag. The tag is only used to allow you to ignore the uniqueness rule in the game. So if you have Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, and then Luke Skywalker, are you still with me out at both at the same time, the uniqueness rule doesn't kill them both, doesn't kill one or the other, doesn't force you to kill one or the other, because they both have different subtitles attached to them. One's Jedi Knight, one is, are you still with me? And then finally, for our events, we're only running 3 Fell the Dragon to defeat a non-leader unit, 5 or more power. And for upgrades, triple entrenched. Attached unit can't attack the base, it gets +3/+3. For our sideboard, we're running triple Kashyyyk Defender with great, and when played, me heal 2 damage from another unit, and do that much damage to it, which is nice because that allows us to get that grit going on our Wookiee. We have triple Eager Escort to ambush into space units if our opponent, it's got a pretty interesting space arena going on right now. 2 Rivals Fall just to murk anything off the board, leaders, anything like that. If we know for a fact we're dealing with units that we need, people that we need to just kill right straight off, we'll put that in. 1 more Kalen Beck and 1 more Luke Skywalker. So let's see if I can pilot this Obi-Wan LOF temple to a win like the person at the PQ piloted to a 2nd place victory. All right, folks, here we go. Ventress, Asajj Ventress ECL, or Asajj JTL ECL. Okay, that's an interesting combination. I don't know. I think red's always a better coloration for that one. But still, this is a pretty cool leader. I really do like what this leader can do. No first turn plays. Second turn plays. No first turn plays. Let's mulligan. I want to try to get a first turn. Oh, okay. We got a first turn. We could put the Beck away just because I think that's going to be too expensive. The Marauder will be nice once we drag this Obi-Wan out. We'll put the Anakin away. I know that's not exactly great because we only have 2 copies of each of those characters. Opponent's just taking initiative. Okay. So if you haven't seen this one, I think this is a pretty fun JTL leader, and I wish we had more JTL leaders in the game. But anyway, Asajj Ventress states on her front side, tap her, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit. If you deal 1 damage to any unit in the exact same arena. And then she does the exact same object where she can flip 4 on 6, either attach herself to a vehicle or play herself out. She has grit as a unit, and then attached unit is also a leader and gains grit on attack. Can be deal 1 damage to a friendly unit if you do 1 damage to any unit in the same arena. So that's kind of the gimmick that this deck produces, that you play a lot of units with grit, and then she can ping those grit units as well as your opponent's units and kind of have a very interesting thing go off here. So we'll just put out the Yoda. We'll pass. They resupplied it to they resupplied, so that's nothing really concerning for us. Again, remember our Virgin's Temple is claiming us the Force every turn. Now, again, we can get choke pointed here as well pretty easily because of how this base works. We will be the only one to take the draw here. So we can get choke pointed by this base as well, because if they can be able to knock out enough of our guys that have more than 4 health points, we can basically get choke pointed. So we'll get that experience. And we'll put the Gunji away. So interesting. I wonder what their ship is. They haven't burned the ECL. Honestly, I know like Data Vault with Asajj was a thing. I know Asajj JTL Data Vault was very much a thing, but this feels like a weird base to play. I mean, we're both on 20 health bases. The problem is they still haven't been able to play a thing. And all I've seen is, well, they're playing straight control right now. We'll kill the Typho. It's weird to kill the Typho, but I kind of want the Yaddle just because I think there's some good things we can do with the Yaddle. Because I like the Yaddle's Restore 1 on her. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We could have kept the Typho out. We probably should have just killed the Yaddle, kept the Typho, honestly. But again, we have another Sentinel here if need be. I mean, we can play the Queen this turn, and we have the 5 damage point now coming down. The Asajj coming down. Okay. Put the Queen out. Very interesting to see the Asajj coming out. He must not hit any of his ships. He hasn't burned ECL yet, so he hasn't found anything to use it for. The problem is, this is a JTL-style leader, so typically they want to be punching stuff in the sky. Give an experience token. They typically want to be doing the punching the sky bit. But the weird part is, even if that is the case, where they should have had by now, should have been able to at least built a presence in space. Because right now, I've just now built an entire board state, and I'm able to punch the Queen in for a one-time shot here to kill out Asajj. Because I could just then push all damage into the Spy. Vigilance, okay, that is good. Heal 5, Merc something. Merc the Spy, meaning that if I want to kill this, I have to swing the Queen. So we'll just kill off the Asajj. No point in giving him in that. An Owen Lars, okay. My man's going to play himself an Owen Lars. No point in this not playing out a Typho, just so we can get the effective Obi-Wan to go off here. So we can give Typho, and then we swing again. Yeah, we can give Restore 1. I don't think it matters just yet. We haven't really felt the need to do the Restore 1 yet. Let's put the Axe Wolves away, just because I do value having Fail the Dragon, just because if they pull out anything big, they're at 9 on green, so there is a chance that we see the Annihilator. We are a chance of seeing the Avenger. We do have a chance to see Snub Fighter. Oh, that's a good one right there. That's a Nice one. Attacking on the good old Typho. Yeah, we'll reveal. We'll show them the Yoda. Heal nothing, which doesn't matter. But yeah, I need to keep this because in this strategy in green, they are probably on Devastator, probably on Avenger. So yeah, those do exist for a reason. Typho at base. She can, of course, Asajj can ping Owen Lars to then, kill Typho. Yeah, it'll ping. All our Jedi get restore 1 for the face. We will go and Luke to kill off that. And then we'll pass. And basically we've won this game state here. I mean, no point in keeping the Marauder in hand anyways. I mean, there's not really a reason they could go on Lars and the Sunday, but they are at 10. So it does give them like the Walker. So they could be on no glory on the results to kill off the Luke. All right, that makes sense to me. Let's go blue leader. We're going to trigger the ambush here first, kill off the snub fighter, and then let's trigger to put it on the ground. Because, yeah, we survived the ambush off the snub fighter there. The Owen's probably going to go swing, kill itself, and then not only do you get to restore 2 off that, nothing. Okay, no force units were discovered with that. All right. Hit base, give all my Jedi restore 1. Killing a unit. Oh, we can kill the Yaddle. I think Yaddle served her purpose, everybody. I think game 1 is going to us. I think game 1 is going to us. We'll play out this Obi-Wan just to push on the pressure, and then we're going to go to done. No point in putting anything else away. I mean, what are they going to do? Devastator me? There's nothing they could even Devastator. Or they could just go Super Laser Blast. I mean, that works too. Let's go back. Back to play the Inert Warrior. Just shielded. We'll pass on the other trigger. And then we'll pass. We'll go to done. Unless they have another Super Laser Blast. They only have 2 left in the deck, so even an Annihilator or a Devastator doesn't finish this off. And technically, Vader can't do anything either because Vader doesn't have Saboteur, so Vader can't come against this. And Vader doesn't have Blocker either. So, yeah, it sucks. It looks like they just couldn't find anything. And again, they didn't even burn the ECL effect either. In my opinion, you should have burnt the ECL effect there a little bit early. So, yeah, game goes to me. Let's move into game number 2 here. All right, Asajj, huh? We need to put these in, because if this attached to a ship, I have very little that knocks that thing out. Because Fell the Dragon's the only kill card we got, and that doesn't kill that does not kill what Asajj can attach to. Beck is... The problem is, I don't know what he's on. That's the problem with Galen. It's like, I don't know what he's on. I don't know, like, I can say Devastator and stuff like that. Pretty nice. He's also in a very intensive... I haven't seen a lot of his space, so I think I'll keep the Eager Escort out for now, because we really haven't seen, like, enough space out of him to really make that worth it. So, I think I'm going to drop the 2 Owen Lars for this. I think we have enough of a way to draw into force units without Owen Lars needing to come in. So anyways, we're going to go to ready now. My opponent should easily be taking the first tier. I mean, that's a pretty good starting hand there. We'll keep. We'll put this away, and we'll put that away. We can drop the Gunji, and then sure, 100% we do have the ability to keep. We'll have to see, because I think they messed up. I think they should have actually done a couple of different things. Honestly, they should have triggered the energy conversion lab much earlier than they did. I feel like they did not trigger this as early as they should have. In my opinion, they should have triggered this much, much earlier. Super Laser Tech, we're going to put out the Mina. Okay, Asajj effect to kill that so that they can ramp. We'll hit that for 1, so mainly meaning they only get 1 more draw off of that. We'll put the Obi-Wan away. 1 more draw off the Doctor isn't too bad, so another draw. We'll go for the good old Typho. Gotta kill a unit. We'll go kill the Mina. Unfortunately, as a reminder, when defeated, may disclose double green and heroic. We're missing the double green aspect of that, so we cannot burn to take the 1 draw. But honestly, I feel like it's better to keep the Gunji and the Captain Typho up. We'll pass. We can put a Yoda away. I mean, it just feels like this deck is just too slow for what he's trying to do. He's playing control. In my personal opinion, this should be more like aggro. Why are we burning ECL? Well, there's ECL. Okay, well, ECL just murdered both my guys off the board. Well, that was fun. Yeah, I guess we'll show, and then this will knock out the shield. We can swing on base as normal. And then 1 and 1. Yep, there goes Captain Typho. We can go the Queen. Asajj. Give an experience token. We can claim. We can put in their warrior away. We can go this into this. Trigger the Queen's effect to murk that. I should have gone after the leader, but I don't think I mind if the leader comes after me. It's a knockout. So it's a 4 on 6 unless he's got a kill card in his hand. If he does, I'll just Rivals Fall it off the board. Then I don't have to deal with the 4 damage. Not that it really matters. I could bring out Obi-Wan and all that. Obi-Man. All right. OB trigger, huh? Nice. Anyways, we'll bring out Spy here. Another Queen, because you never know. You got to have all the Queens. Am I right? Am I right? Give an experience token to her. We'll just go ahead and we'll deploy the Obi-Wan. We'll deal 3 damage to base, ping there, and then pass. We can put away... We'll put away another Yoda. All right. Well, that's what I thought they had. Timely intervention, kill Obi-Wan, or deal 5 damage to Obi-Wan, and then all right, Typho. Because then the Asajj would have to go after Typho. We'll choose nothing to showcase because there's no point. We can kill off Asajj with that. Then we can go this into there. Give an experience token to Typho, and then pass. We do... I guess if Typho survived, he could have done it, but no point. There's no point in us ramping right now. We'll just put the Marauder away. I mean, technically, the Debater can only kill the Typho, takes back 5 damage, lives on 1 health point. Ah, yes, my favorite card, the Avenger. Kill that. Yep, kill off the Obi-Wan, claim the initiative. All right, this turn they're actually being more lethal to me. But again, it all kind of matters on what happens, because again, now they're choke pointing us. By the way, this is how they... As a reminder, this is how you choke point this deck, is that I can't have a body with the necessary count on me. Remember, I get choke pointed if I don't have a guy with the level of resources. Shielded, trigger to heal 4. Claim. I mean, if this Vader swings, that's a trade. We can pass on this. Rivals Fall, kill that. He's choke pointing me. That's what he's doing. He's choke pointing me so I don't have bodies. He knows exactly now what he needs to do. He needs to choke point me. Which, like I said, even this base has choke points. Like, all the Force leaders have a choke point. Like, they all have a choke point where in the regroup phase, they all just have a point where if it doesn't have what it needs to gain the Force, it hurts. We'll go to done. Let's use the Force to play a unit that costs 2 less. And then give an experience tokens, trigger ambush, kill off that. There's no point dropping the Anakin this turn. So Walker going to kill off that guy. We'll drop the Mina. Alright. I mean, did he draw with it? Okay, no, he discarded Owen Lars off of this effect here. Interesting, he decides he's not really wanting to play this the way it normally wants to be played. This normally wants to be played attached to a vehicle. I guess he just wants to wait it out. Super Laser Tech. Hit that. I don't have anything to play with it, so we'll put out... oh no, he took out Blue Leader. Play that. I know it doesn't have anything, but still, not too bad. We'll claim the Force here as well. Well, that sucks. That's a takedown on that. And then Asajj to kill that. Ramp it. All right. But this one's definitely going his way. We'll go done. Unfortunately, we're missing a very important part of this entire strategy. And unfortunately, we didn't get our Force because Mina's at under the threshold. So let's go back to play Obi-Wan. Give us a Sentinel. Now, that does mean that, again, the Reinforced Walker has to kill Obi-Wan in this case, but or they just go Rivals Fall to kill off Mina, and did they mill me? Okay, so they just healed the 5. We'll claim. Again, the Walker would have to kill Obi-Wan here, taking back the 3 damage, or... Oh, no, that's no glory on the results. Okay, well, they are definitely beat-sticking me now, folks. They are beat-sticking me now. They took the draw off the Walker. We're going to go to done. Let's do this onto that. We'll go this. Give 2 experience tokens, trigger, kill. Another Walker. Claim. All right. Yeah, we're now getting choked out of the Force, but most time it doesn't really matter. Done. Merc the Walker. We'll soft pass. I want to know what else he's going to drag out. I think we have 1 more blue leader left. 2 more left. We are dead, by the way. We're like a point away from dying. Let's put that into that. Well, let's not deal with that thing in the sky. No Devastators today. Oh, no, now he's just going to be able to kill me. Well, not really. No, not really. Because I can give that -3, so technically it's only got 1 point of damage on me. And if he hits it with the Asajj again, it just kills it. Alright, well, the Avengers now just a nuisance in the sky. There's no way we're stopping out all of this, so we're just gonna go straight to done. I'm gonna put out this. We're gonna just name Avenger. Done. Alright, Avenger no longer has its effects. Kill me with 1 of your bodies. Alright, we're gonna go to game 3 here, folks. Alright, game number 3. Game number 3. Alright, what do we want to do? We're gonna go first here in this game state. I don't think we need either an extra one of these 2. I feel like we have a good deck right now. I think we're fine. Let's go ready. We're going to start ourselves. That's a pretty good starting hand. We're going to keep this one because we can put this away and we can put the Gunji away. Bring out him. Pass. We can put away this because we can drop Axe Wolves and gain the Force again. We could play unit cost 2 less, burning the Force so we can play out the Mina for free. And then we can drop Axe Wolves as well. And then we can pass. And let's put away the back. I value the Luke right now in this board state a little more. All right, so he's at 5 because, again, he did use resupply here. Okay, we can go this to give this. And like I said, this pumps up Axe Wolf. That knocks out the shield, so Axe Wolf does lose his extra 1 attack point. But again, I don't think that's too threatening. Swing. Again, dragging out Asajj. It's weird to see them drag out Asajj as a leader instead of just keeping her safe and then dragging her out once you have a body, like a vehicle. Like, look, you could have dragged her out on the Inferno floor. We could put this away. Swing 4 base. I want to know what he's going to do with the Asajj. That's my problem right now, is how do I beat out this Asajj now? It's a 5-6 because of the grit. We will show both done to draw 1. So I'm just showing that I have a queen and a Beck. I mean, that Obi-Wan's pretty nice. Cancel. I'm going to play out the queen here. He hasn't burnt for the turn. Give an experience token. And even 1 spy kills Asajj, funny enough. No glory only results. Deploy the Obi-Wan. Kill the Asajj. Power up. Let's just knock the Asajj out. Go to done. Put an Obi-Wan away. It's nice to see the Typho. Pretty nice. All right, lucky enough. No, this is burning the ECL effect, so he's going to kill and kill. And then play out Typho. We're going to pump up Typho with the Obi-Wan. Then do 2 damage and pass. Put the Yoda away. Funny enough, they've gotten their ramp off all 3 games, by the way. Sometimes it hurts even when I don't even see my ramp, but then again, I played more Data Vault decks than anything, and sometimes you don't get to see your ramp in Data Vault strategies. All right, lucky enough, he's burnt the ECL, so the only way he'd get another Vader out to knock out both of these would be to use Timely Intervention to bring another one out, or you can just drop an Avenger in the sky. I mean, that works too. Well, that's a straight trade. Show to then immediately do this. We'll drag out this Obi-Wan. I know it doesn't have Sentinel, but again, now he has to drag out under the body. Power up. Pass. I think we're just going to go straight to done. I want to know what he's dropping now. Power of the Dark Side. What do we want to do? Let's go back. Let's drop Axe Wolves here. Because he can't drop any of his any Avenger nor the Devastator because he doesn't have the power. And technically, if I power up the back here, that's lethal. Timely plus the... No, he would need 8 to do Timely in that Vader. Unless he's got a Vader and a Timely in his hand, he could do that. A Walker does give him a little bit of strength. Just claim the initiative. We'll power up the Beck. Marauder doesn't really have a target. We'll put the Marauder away. I know it's strange. We're not really going to be able to use them. And maybe that's not the right call because it does have ambush. But I honestly like Blue Leader ambush a little better. All right, let's see what they're going to go for. Okay. They burned through all of that. We can power this up to 5. The base with Infernal 4. Attack. We're going to go Rival's Fall to kill off that. Pass. We'll go to done. So we've seen Avenger. We've seen a Devastator. He should have at least 2 more of each of those. All right. That's gone. Blue Leader, ambush, trigger, kill. This will trigger Infernal 4's ability, which means they can see the top 2 cards, so they move 1 top, 1 bottom. They liked whatever one of those 2 cards were triggered to bring it down to the ground. Vigilance, this is going to be able to murk it. Yep, claim the initiative. We'll go to done. We'll put out the Queen. Because even if he drops an Avenger, I can kill a Spy token. He would have to have a way to deal with all of it. Okay. Drop Blue Leader, no ambush. He's really pushing me. He's really pushing me to keep body count on the board. Obi-Wan, pump it up. Pass. We'll just go to done. The problem is I need to get enough bodies where like Avenger and Devastator aren't lethal to me. It's like a drop of an Avenger or a drop of a Devastator is just game ending. All right, we're going to go Mina. Darth Vader to punch Mina. And hilariously enough, I don't have anything to draw off of that. And we can go... Give that -3. Doesn't kill it, but then we can pump that up again. Pass. Let's just go to done. Avenger to immediately kill that off. The big question is what do you want to do here? Either claims the initiative to ensure the Avenger can kill this, or I claim and I can swing this. While this isn't game, this ensures that I also have this ability to do some other things here. All right, we'll just claim. Pass. Avenger's going to deal me 8 damage, kill off the Luke. Okay. Let's entrench an Avenger so it can't swing on my base anymore, which means that Luke Skywalker can't die to it. We'll put out Yoda, we'll put out Axe Wolves. Meaning if he wants to get another Avenger that actually can swing at my base and trigger its effect, he has to burn. He basically has to kill this Avenger by using the uniqueness rule. Close game though, man. This is a close game. Okay, kill to deal 1. Axe Wolves. Timely intervention. I will only be the only one drawing. We're going to go to done. Or I will go to claim the initiative here. We will go to done. I'm going to put out Typho. Because I know this Vader can't kill Typho. And by the way, the Avenger cannot swing because it's under entrench. So technically, this Avenger doesn't do anything. Power Typho. So that way it's a one-on-one trade. Again, the Avenger can't swing at my base, so it cannot trigger unless I put a space unit out here. Show a queen. Summon another Typho. Which then if he drops another Avenger, it's already two. That would be all three of his Avenger gone. He still should have at least maybe one more Devastator. Most decks don't play more than 2 Devastator. Some only play about 2 Avenger as well. That's the thing. Another Darth Vader. Oh, that was another timely intervention into Darth Vader. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh, another timely intervention to Darth Vader. Claim the initiative. Devastating gunship in the sky. Done. Kill the Vader. Bring out the Mina. Own Lars, claim. Another Inferno. We will claim the Force here. A snub fighter, okay. Well, he's definitely picking up space. He's definitely picking up speed in space. That's definitely what he's doing. Swing. Hit that with another entrench. Play this. Knock out that. Walker to either draw or discard here. Power up. Overwhelming barrage. Alright, this and this. Done to draw 1 card. Claim. Done. Let's go sell the dragon on the Walker. We're going to go ambush, trigger, kill. Inferno 4 will trigger. And I don't have the necessary... Well, I guess these are entrenched, so even if he did want to kill Blue Leader, doesn't matter. Both of these can only target Blue Leader because neither of them can target the base. Alright, so what? He's got possibility of at least 1 more Devastator, 1 more Avenger, 2 more Super Laser Blasts, a couple more Walkers. I have, what? 1 more Fell the Dragon to deal with with another Walker. 11 cards left. I mean, what has he got left in his deck? Close game, though. Oh my gosh, I thought this strategy wouldn't work at all. Oh, Endless Legion! We just paid 16 for Endless Legion. Oh my gosh. So he revealed to me a Power of the Dark Side Devastator, which is where the other Devastator is. Darth Vader, Inferno 4, Lobot, Super Laser Technician, Dr. Pershing, Lurking Snub Fighter, Devastating Gunship, Resupply, Super Laser Tech. So if you've never seen this card, reveal any number of resources you control, play each unit revealed this way for free, 1 at a time. Would someone like to tell me how I'm living through this? Where's my Super Laser Blast? Out of aspect Super Laser Blast. He's playing either in his side deck or in his main deck. Endless Legion. So they can hope to pray, what? That they get to 14 resources, 16 resources? Because they have the, because of the fact of, they have the restriction on the fact that they're not running double blue, double green. Yeah, I think we can safely concede that game right then and there. Well, folks, we didn't win. It didn't help, that we got exactly controlled. I originally, when we jumped in, I thought that's a strange combination for Asajj Ventress from JTL, ECL, but then it makes sense when you have Vader from Shadows of the from LOF being able to come off the ECL and then bash into two guys and kill them off. You had Time Intervention do the exact same thing. You had Super Laser Blast. You had all the control stuff. And then at the end of the game, the greatest card ever to be seen from, of course, I believe that's a legendary from Shadows of the Galaxy of, Endless Legions. In my personal opinion, that's more of like a fun little Twin Sun tech you might play. Is it good? No, because they had to pay 16 resources with it, and then they just spammed down my field. But by that time, it was done. So the fact of the matter is we had to get a board stabilized so that we could win it out. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get the bodies stabilized under a control strategy. It basically just murked all our bodies off the board and wasn't able to get enough damage output going. But still, it's a very fun deck. Don't get me wrong. This is a really fun, interesting deck strategy. And I'm glad that, this Obi-Wan has seen a lot of play, even though, honestly, his effect's not great. And honestly, I don't know why he can't give himself an experience token. Going to 4/7, I guess, is just too big of a powerful Obi-Wan Kenobi who can only power himself up once. And that'd be it. But yeah, I wish he was a little better on his backside, and a lot of people do. But still, he's a very fun leader. I mean, powering up your units where they stand up and stay a lot stronger is a lot of fun. And like I said, the Force strategies have always been kind of very choke pointy because it's easy to understand that if my base doesn't have a guy with 4 or more health points, I don't claim the Force. I don't do anything with my leader. Just like all the common Force base, knock out all the Force units, your opponent doesn't do anything. But still, it was a lot of fun. It's a very fun deck. Yeah, I'm going to have to probably take this My Locals before, of course, My Locals rotates into a lawless time. And yeah, folks, it does feel very interesting. It's almost time to rotate out. And I have to think of the last few decks I want to check out. So anyways, I'm recording this on the 13th of February, as you can see plainly down here. Which leaves us, folks, because again, these videos are released every Tuesday. The 17th is when this video is going out, leaving us on the 24th and the 3rd of March as the last 2 Secrets of Powers videos before we start discussing decks post a lawless time and post rotation. So it's going to be very, very interesting exactly what I want to build as the last 2 final decks for these videos. What are we going to discuss? What are we going to look at? Like all of that, like what do we want to do as the last 2 videos of the Secrets of Power format? And it's been a good format. I think, honestly, probably the first deck I'm going to look at for, of course, I think the first deck we looked at for this format was Piet, and I think I'm going to be looking at Piet post-rotation as the first deck, because honestly, I think he's going to be potentially one of the top decks of the format. We'll have to see, because again, he's been a top deck even in this format. We'll have to see if he actually can get that top deck spot in the next format. In my opinion, I think he can. I think Piet has a strong chance to do that. But nonetheless, guys, you let me know all your thoughts down in the comments on the gameplay, on the deck. And while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you get notified when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you next time on Model Dragons TCG.